The migraines, I've actually seen a lot of improvement. When I started the program, that whole entire week, I didn't have a migraine.
Tell me about your symptoms. I know you still have symptoms, like you still have brain fog. We know that. But
Yes.
have you seen improvements? Because there was a lot of different symptoms you struggled with over the years. I know migraines was one of them. Have you seen
Yes.
improvements in like hair loss, migraines, or you had muscle stiffness? I don't know if you still have that, like puffy eyes and face in the mornings. Like what kind of improvements have you seen?
Yes, for the migraines, I've actually seen a lot of improvements. Like right before I started the program, so right before the first week, the previous week, I had like 4 migraines that week, and I couldn't figure out why. And I would take the over the counter because I don't really take prescription. I was taking the over the counter, and sometimes it will go away and then it will come back, or it wouldn't go away even if I took like 2, 3 doses. So I didn't really know what was going on. And then when I started the program, that whole entire week, I didn't have a migraine. I think it was 2, 3 weeks before I had one. And the reason why I had one was because I was out of town. So my whole eating thing got a little bit off track. And also my water intake got off track. So uh those days that I was out of town, I had a 2 days of migraines, and I was like, okay, I think I know why this is happening. So when I got back home, I just went back to my regular program, and then I didn't have a migraine again. So I was doing okay. So anytime that I feel anything that I have a migraine or anything like that, I always think about how much water I drank, what did I eat, if there's any difference in the things that I did that day. But so far it's been 8 weeks, so it's been like maybe 2 times I had a migraine that lasted a little bit longer. But what I did notice is that before, when I had a migraine, I would take two of the over the counter, like the Excedrin or whatever, and sometimes it wouldn't work, so I have to take another two. This time, whenever I had one, I take one, and then it goes away. So I think my body has gotten a lot better at absorbing, um, because it's just a lot quicker. Like it goes away quicker, and it goes away with less drugs. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to take anything if possible. That's why I'm in this program, because before I started it, I was told I had to go on medication. I had to go on so many different supplements that was going to cost a lot, and I was just looking for something that wouldn't require me to do that. So something that actually would be more health beneficial to me, because even the drugs, I was pretty sure were not going to help. I mean, they were going to help with the symptoms, but not with the actual problem. And I wanted to work on that problem. I wanted to get to the root, the causes of all of that. And I think that's I'm on the way. A lot of things have improved already. So I think that I'm kind of like getting there with fixing the root of all of my symptoms. And I'm hoping that's happening soon too. I know it's gonna take some time because it's been so many years that I've gotten here. So I know it's not gonna be like, overnight, all of a sudden everything's gone, but I know it's a process. And but so far I'm feeling a lot better. I don't wake up tired. I used to wake up exhausted no matter how many hours I would sleep. And by the time I had to go to work, I was already like drained. And I feel like I have so much more energy now. I don't have to take naps in the afternoon. I'm already awake and doing things and working and on the computer and doing things. And so I felt that change. And it was a pretty quick change. It was within the first 2 weeks, I was already feeling like that. So
Yes, that's great. I know that you still have symptoms, but it's like less, they're not as bad as they were. So it's definitely great improvement.
yes.
That maybe you had, like you said, you had migraines, they were worse, and the medication would not work for you. But
Mhm.
now they come in like less frequent, and
Yes.
also you're getting more energy and everything else. Like with have you seen anything with the hearing loss? I know you still struggle with brain fog and or cold sensitivity or anything
Yes.
else you've seen
I
that
still I
improved
still
or
do I still do have the cold sensitivity up until now. Um, the brain fog, I still have it. However, I've noticed very little subtle changes that are even though they're very tiny, I've noticed them to the point where I like, oh, okay, that's kind of improving because sometimes somebody will be talking to me and then they will lost themselves and they will be like, what was I saying? And I will be like, I don't remember. So that will happen a lot. And then the last two times that happened, one was my mom, one was my brother, where they lost the conversation. They started, or somebody interrupted, and they told me, what was I saying? And I remembered what they were saying, and I told them, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's good. I mean, I'm a little bit of that, the memory thing is coming back, um, but I still have that thing of uh, forgetting something. Like the other day, I had to go to the studio and I had to take a key, and I was halfway there, and I had left the key in the house. I had to turn around and get the key, and that was the whole purpose I was going, with this key. And so things like that still happening, but I have been noticing little changes, like little improvements. And that's why I said it's probably one of the things that's going to take a little bit longer to get better, but at least I know I'm in the right direction based on what I'm experiencing right now. Um, and then the hair loss, I'm still experiencing some of that too. Um, my hair thinning, but I also notice a lot of growth, if you can see in the
Mhm.
camera. I still have to wear a lot of gel, but at least the little, hair growth is happening. So I know, and my hair is fairly long, so I'm gonna have to cut it to get these guys, a chance to catch up. But yeah, but that's happening too. But I also think that's gonna improve. I don't think, even though it's been 8 weeks, I think that more time in it is probably going to be more beneficial. The more time I spend, reversing everything I can, then it's going to be more beneficial. So,
Oh, yes, because we always remind our clients. I don't know if you've seen a picture, but we had really bad acne since we were 12 years old. And it just started getting worse. And all the medications we were taking stopped working because our dad used to buy us over the counter medications. And by the time we were 23, acne just got so bad that it just got even worse than it ever been. But it took me a year, around a year, to heal my acne, where it stopped coming out.
mm-hmm,
And then the acne scars actually filled in because the hydration you drink and the food you eat, and you're creating healthier skin. And but I used to have really worse acne scars, like a pizza face. I still have it. If you saw me in person, you'll still see my acne scars. But it's definitely, it took time for acne to stop coming out, and we didn't even
mm-hmm,
know why we had it. But we had a lot of health problems in our early 20s that completely went away. And
mm-hmm,
that's the reason why we're so passionate about this, because it's not that we helped ourselves, but we also seen other clients who were so sick get better, and we know that it works because we had some people who were bedridden and they were able to walk in 30 days because
mm-hmm,
they did a program. They were not doing anything else while we did the program. And another client, she also said that her hair regrew healthier because she lost a lot of her hair when she had arthritis, due to her illness, but then it regrew healthier. And we also had a client who had, she had Hashimoto's disease, and she got off all of her thyroid medication, and she also had, she lost all her hair. Again, it could be linked to Hashimoto's, but she got alopecia after Hashimoto's. And in 2 weeks, her eyebrows started growing back. And then she emailed us, I think it was like a year or a year and a half later, and she said that all her hair regrew and it hasn't fall out, because before she would do steroids and it would grow and then it would fall out again. And
mm-hmm,
she was also eating really healthy before program, but she still told us she follows a program. With a lot of clients who see more improvements is because you continue implementing what you learn. Even if you introduce other foods in your diet, women get more sick than men. We have more client, like 90% of our clients are women. But that's why I definitely recommend to continue learning, doing what you learn. Had you get a chance to finish the classes, or you still catching up? Because we email you class once a week,
mm-hmm.
the class you should watch. Did you get a chance? There was like 6 or 8 classes, main class.
I think I have watched some of them, but I'm not done yet. I know I had an issue with my computer too, so I'm just getting to pick. I just got it to work because I was in the middle of a class and then all of a sudden it just went. and it just died on me. And then I just like started making it work not too long ago. So now I'm back on it, and so I'm still catching up onto some of them.
Okay, great. But do you feel like you learned things like it makes sense to you, right? The
Yes,
things you changed,
yes,
what we teaching you, it does you understand why you're doing
yes,
it.
yes, 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 of course.
In D3, very important. People become low in vitamin D if they don't take it, even if you live in Florida.
Yes,
So
I've had
300 units
deficiency.
once a day, drops. I think the ones we gave you
Yes, I'm gonna
is
get those. Hmm.
and B12 is also because B12 is made by bacteria in the soil, and people don't get enough B12 regardless of the diet. Unless people are eating like processed food, because sometimes they put B12 in like cereals. So if people are eating cereals, they're getting B12. But most people, you want to supplement, it's better.
Okay. And B12
Like,
get is better as a liquid form, I would assume, right?
yeah, like if you're getting, some people get numbness or pricking if they're low in B12. So there's like exercises you can do, like if you get numbness and stuff, but basically you want to try to get like exercise helps with the circulation and moving the nutrients into your cells. Actually, because the fact that you're exercising due to your work, it actually helps you heal faster because it raises your heart rate, which means the food you're eating is gonna go into your cells faster. So it's
Hmm.
actually benefiting you with the exercise you're doing. But if you notice you're getting numb, like you might be low in B12, so just make sure you're taking B12.
Okay.
B12 is also good like for brain as well. If you go to client group and you type, like how long does it take to heal? You can see a post about it and like more explanation, like how long does it take to heal, and it gives you like more explanation about it.
Okay.
Like how
Okay.
long does it take? We have so many posts because everybody asks us. See,
Yeah, I
like
think
what
it's because
happens. Like you can search in here and you get more information. But so
yeah.
muscle loss happens due to inactivity, and if you like if you don't use it, you lose it. So doing weightlifting is healthy. You don't have to use heavy weights. You can use 5 to 10 pound weights. It's only people who are trying to manipulate their body to build a lot of muscle,
Hmm.
and they try to eat like not just extra calories but also extra protein. If you're
Right.
trying to like really get huge, they have to eat like protein powders, which is inflammatory. And also when you do a lot of heavy lifting, you're gonna break down the muscle, which is inflammatory process, and your body has to heal the muscle. So
Hmm.
you can always do like 5 to 10 pound weights and just do like regular exercise, and that's gonna like, maintain your muscle,
Hmm.
and then you won't lose the muscle. Great talking with you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, soon. Bye.